I work with content creators in these two countries, helping content creators to come up with better content strategies for their channels, grow their channels, come up with video strategies and kind of education and connection. If you're confused about my accent, I am originally from Italy, but I lived in the US and Ireland before moving to UK, so it's a bit of a mixed up. So, like many of you in the room, I assume I am also a YouTube content creator myself. So I embarked in this adventure a couple of months ago, because after 2 years at YouTube, talking about content and video every single day, I was like, wait a second, I never opened my own channel, so I should probably start doing that. But I really want to hear more about you and kind of get a feeling of who you guys are, if you already have a channel or if you're more bloggers and you think moving to YouTube and kind of for support for you. So by maybe raise of hand, can you raise your hand if you already have a YouTube channel? Oh, okay. How big is your YouTube channel? So keep your hands up. Is it actually bigger than 100 subscribers? Yes. 1,000? No. 10,000. Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to, because the content that I cover at the end is quite basic, so kind of to get you started. So okay, I got the content right. So we got a lot to cover today. I'm going to be talking for about 30 minutes, which is not a very long time. I normally deliver this session to a very different audience. I normally talk in front of teenagers, so it's good. It's good to talk to grown-ups for once. But yeah, so normally I deliver all this content in about workshops of about 4 hours. So today I need to go really fast, so bear with me. We're gonna cover a bit about YouTube stats to give you some numbers about the platform. If you're not on YouTube yet or you're just starting, I'll show you what it takes to monetize your content and make money with YouTube. We're going to talk about a few examples of successful channels in the parenting and lifestyle content verticals. And we're going to see a bit of tips and advice on how to optimize your channels and grow an audience. And finally, I'm going to present you with some YouTube resources to get you started as well. So let's start. So 1 billion people, more than 1 million people visit YouTube every month. It's a ginormous platform. We have these people watching about 9 million hours of video every single month, so it's a lot of content out there. If you can guess how many hours of videos are uploaded every single minute, these are about 300, and these numbers keep growing up. Every time I give this presentation, I need to update this slide. If you think about this, so there are 50 years of content uploaded every single day, so it's ginormous. 50% of YouTube views globally on average come from a mobile device today. So this number was about 40% a year ago. It keeps growing up. Mobile is a big new trend. You know that better than me. Which is really important to keep this in mind when you create content. So you're creating content for devices that have a smaller screen, and people consume your content in mobility. So YouTube is an American company, but it's really global. So only 20% of traffic comes from the US, everything else from outside the world. And if you think about your content, about over 60% of your viewers on average come from outside your own territory. So it's a really international audience. And you have the lack of speaking English, so you have even a broader audience. So very quickly, how to become a YouTube partner. So the YouTube partnerships work for all creators that upload original content on YouTube. We allow content creators to monetize their content, so the videos, through ads. So Google places ads on top of your videos, and the more people watch your videos and the more they see ads, the more you make money. So you take a percentage of the revenue share coming from advertisers. And also, once you become a YouTube partner by monetizing your videos, you also access a series of resources, like working, for example, with me, like partner managers, our team. We do a lot of one-to-one work with creators, but there are also a lot of online resources, workshops, free trainings that we deliver in our London office, in the YouTube space in London here. So the first step is really opening a channel. Most of you in the room already have one. And I want to stress the original content bit, because only content that's truly original is monetizable, meaning that if you're using, for example, if you're using a song, a soundtrack, or something that's protected by copyright, or if you're downloading a video from, or using a clip from a movie or from a TV show, that's not considered to be original, and you're not going to be able to monetize that. The second step is really to enable, well, I don't know, we keep flashing, but anyway, so you need to enable monetization for your account. So you do that by clicking on the enable monetization button there in your account settings, given that your account is in good standing from a community standpoint and a copyright standpoint. So those two green buttons there. And the next following step is to link your YouTube channel to a Google AdSense account, which basically allows you to receive payments straight into your bank account from Google. And the next step is every time you upload a video, by default or by clicking on the dollar sign next to your video, you can monetize your videos. So you can both monetize them all or just select whichever you want to monetize. And by monetize, again, it means that there are going to be ads appearing on that video and that you're going to make money out of it. So if we look at Zoella's channel, so we can see what the different ad formats are. So you're probably familiar if you watch YouTube videos on other channels, but so this is like one of the most common ones is like pop-up overlay ads that everyone can close. So every time someone sees it, that's an impression. Then the second one is non-skippable video ads, 30 seconds to 15 seconds that the viewer needs to watch entirely before getting to your content. These are less popular. We have the skippable video ads, also named TrueView, and this can be skipped after 5 seconds. And these are actually the more remunerative. So they make actually more money for you because they cost more for the advertiser. And then we have this ad is called companion ad or display ads, which basically complements your channel. But so as I said, like I normally talk in front of these people, not Zoella herself, but of course, her peers. But it's not all about the Zoellas. So from the outside, YouTube can seem like very intimidating because there are a lot of teenagers and teens and kids. And coming from your perspective and also from mine, can be a bit scary to start on YouTube because you feel like you're competing with these people. But to be honest, I mean, they're also Zoella's parents on YouTube. I mean, not her actual parents, but you know what I mean. So the parenting and more mature viewers and watchers, so watchers and content creators on YouTube are on the rise. So this is actually a slide from, this is a study from Pixability that shows how more mature content is really demanded on YouTube, and this is specifically for beauty. So it's, the mature beauty is incredibly growing. So this is a segment 45 plus of age. And these people want to consume content on YouTube, they're looking for content and they can't find it. So it's only 5% of overall views for beauty comes from actually mature beauty. And a different trend is in parenting, it's also a really big trend. So who knows these guys here?
Sacconi Jollies.
How many of you? Okay, so this is probably the most popular Irish family in the world. So they're the Sacconi Jollies. They started on YouTube like years ago with like daily vlogs about their family, documenting every single day of their life in the family. Looking at like the kids growing up, and and this type of content on YouTube is really blooming and exploding right now. As a follow-up, so they basically have 1 million subscribers right now, and as a follow-up, Anna Sacconi opened her own channel where she talks about beauty and she talks about lifestyle, and she basically documents her experience getting pregnant, and she gives a lot of advice. She got, like as of yesterday, almost 700,000 subscribers on her channel. So there's definitely a big demand for this kind of content on YouTube. I want to highlight as well how complementary her blog content is. So she features her blog in there, and so having a blog and having a YouTube channel are not necessarily two separate things. They can coexist, very much so. So both of them are quite native on the platform. So they actually didn't start from a blog. They started native on YouTube. But just to kind of give you a little bit more of the parenting trends on YouTube, this is a study that I got yesterday from Zephyr, and it gives you a rough number of like pretty much how many parenting content is out there, from like pregnancy announcement to baby clothing to pregnancy tips, baby showers and gender reveals. I mean, these are just some of the trends. You can find this report online. It's made by Zephyr. And so it's mind-blowing how much views this kind of content generates. So there's definitely a lot of room to grow as well. So as I said, the Sakuna Jollies are kind of native on the platform, meaning that they started on YouTube and then now they started, even developing their own blogs. But there are a lot of contents on YouTube that actually develop from their own blogs, and the two things are really coexisting. So I just wanted to give you a few examples. So YouTube is not all about the Zoellas, it's also about the top models. So even more intimidating. But so she's Ruth Creeley. She's a fashion model. She's been a fashion model for over 10 years, and her channel focuses on beauty recommendations. But what I really like about her channel is that she kind of humanizes the profession of being a top model. And she's actually talking about her private life. Here we have a little house renovation video. Then even models get pregnant. So she's getting a baby now, and she's kind of again documenting that kind of experience. She's talking about her beauty tips. It's kind of, she's showing that everyone really can be beautiful, and you don't need to be a model to achieve that. And again, she started as a blog. So this is her blog, and she keeps on developing a blog with daily posts that she uses these posts to complement her video content on YouTube. And from YouTube, she points at her blogs, her blog posts. This is an American family with an astonishing 3.4 million subscribers. It's called CGH, or Cute Girls Hairstyles. And so Mindy is the mother, and she basically does a tons of tutorial on hairstyle on her daughters. And the daughters as well have their own YouTube channel, which is less popular than the mothers. So, mothers can be popular as well. And again, they started as a blog. So this whole venture on YouTube started as a blog. And just notice how prominent the YouTube subscribe button is there. So they use the blog also to drive traffic to their own blogs, to their own channel, and there's a lot of social links in there. This is a more of a British example. So she's Hannah Meggs. She lives in London with her husband Steph. She's 25, a beauty, baby, and lifestyle blogger, YouTube blogger, makeup artist, founder of megslondon.co.uk, and most importantly, a new mommy. And so she does a lot of, again, parenting vlogs and content. She's getting quite popular in the UK and worldwide. And once again, she started as a blog, so which she still features there. And even her description on YouTube is, is a beauty blogger now moving across to video. So like many of you here today. Next. Okay, that's her blog. If you can see, again, YouTube is quite prominent there. And again, other content category. This is food. These are two sisters loving food, loving to basically cook, and they're doing a lot of recipes online. And they point at their own blog. They started as a blog. And finally, another very British example. This is Mum's Eyes View. It is basically a hub, a container of content from popular mummy bloggers and mummy bloggers as well. And they cover everything from lifestyle to fitness to pregnancy tips and makeup. And they know how to keep the mummies happy, if you see here. Or maybe this is for the husbands, I don't know. Maybe it is for the husbands. But yeah, anyway, eye candy for mums. Okay, so wow, so that was good on time. So now we're getting into the very kind of practical bits of YouTube. So how to build and grow an audience, especially starting from scratch. So as we saw before, there are like 300 hours of content uploaded every minute. So you're competing against a ton of content. There's a lot of audience, so a lot of viewers and a lot of content. And with this session, with these tips and advice, which is also basically the core of my job, is how to connect your own content to your audience, how to find an audience on YouTube. So this is a bit of a funnel that we use as a framework. So the first step is like to create a channel, so to brand a channel, to build your own brand on YouTube and across social media. The next bit is to be found, because without that, you can have the most beautiful content, but nobody will find you. And that's mainly like SEO and all the techniques that we're going to talk about. Then you need to keep your viewers watching and coming back to your channel. And finally, drive fandom, meaning that you need to convert these random viewers and these casual viewers into actual fans or subscribers, the people who come back regularly. So creating a channel, this is really like your own personal brand, and I can't stress enough how like this is your brand. So if you're running a shop, this is your shop, and this is really like your sign. So this is the sign on the door. This is a welcome video, so it's your door, and these are all your products that you're nicely displaying on shelves, and you want people to be like compelled to buy, or in this case watch. So again, so this is your opportunity to present your brand, and you can see that your brand translates across all devices, especially now that we're very heavily going mobile. This branding, as you can see, translates to mobile as well. And it's your opportunity to present your channel in a very nice and compelling way, using nice graphics, sharing your mission. In this case, we basically have a filming channel, so their mission is watch, make, share, love movies. So you can use this space really as you want, because it's your kind of graphic presentation of your channel. Then, so this space is normally used to welcome your new viewers, your potentially new subscribers, by welcoming them. It's also called a channel trailer, because you want to really like introduce yourself, what you're doing, why you're doing it, kind of giving your audience like a show reel of your content, and give them an incentive to really keep on watching and subscribe to your channel. And after that, that's very Irish. So here is an example actually of a welcome video. Let's see if I can play it. It's probably no audio. I don't think so.
Want to get better at short film exposition? Tutorial videos for low-budget, easy filmmakers. Start by tracing 4 circles and find out the work. Brent Scarlett, which also shoots 5K video. Many filmmakers may not have or ideal professional gear that you might want. Trips for faking it.
Okay, so this is not exactly parenting. But you got what I mean. It's like a short and sweet 30-second welcome video that's kind of super eye-catching and exciting. Gives you all the information about your channel. It creates a little bit of excitement, and there are clear call to actions like subscribe to the channel. And yeah, so that's pretty much what you're aiming for. Channel sections again are your shelves. If you're again in the shop analogy. So you can really organize your content by different categories. So if you're doing makeup tutorials, keep all the makeup tutorials in one section so that your viewers can really like at a glance get an idea of like what kind of content you have there for them, and it makes it a lot more browsable for them. You can create like vertical sections or horizontal sections, basically again by content category or by topic. And you can see like here different kind of layouts. Here on the very right, you can feature channels. So, for example, if you have friends that you want to feature in there, or your YouTube inspirations, or if you have multiple channels, you can feature your other channels in there. And I don't know what's happening. Do we have a technician in the room? I didn't press anything, promise. Okay, we're back.
Yay.
So we need to be found. So that's probably the most important bit. So as I said before, like, you can have the most amazing content on YouTube, but if your descriptions and titles are not optimized, it's very hard that people will find you, especially with so much content out there. So thumbnails, again, this kind of goes hand in hand with your branding. So uploading your own customized thumbnail is really, really important. If you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's basically the video preview that you see when you post a YouTube video. So here we have 4 potential options for a thumbnail for this science. It's a science channel, very popular. And the title is How Much Does a Shadow Weigh? So by raise of hand, who thinks that A is the best? B? How many think that B is the best? Okay, oh, can you see okay? C? Or D?
Yeah.
Whoa! And yeah, so especially when, again, so this is smaller, meaning that when you consider that 50% of views globally comes from a mobile device, you really want to keep this in mind when you create your own thumbnails and graphics. So yeah, so D was actually the best. And why? Because B is actually quite interesting, but there's text that's not going to be read. So it's not visible, it's at the end. Remember that the attention span of YouTube is relatively short sometimes, so you need to really hook the viewer quickly. Another way to convince people to watch more of your content is to organize your content again in nice sections on the home page and in playlists. So, for example, this is a playlist of the audio and mic tutorials. So basically, you start watching one, and then automatically the second video in the playlist plays. And that's a nice way for viewers to have a lean back watching experience. When you share your links on, when you share your videos on social media, be Facebook, can be Twitter, can be anything, your blog as well. Most people just share the actual video link, but what we recommend is sharing the video link from within the playlist. So when you are within the playlist, it's a different URL. So if you share that, actually, people will start watching your videos from that point, but then they will be given, again, a lean back experience because the next video will automatically play. So automatically your watch time will increase. And another nice way to suggest and recommend additional content is this new feature that we recently launched about a month ago. It's called Info Cards, and you can see the little animated GIF. It's a little info button that appears here if you actually program to appear. It's very easy to set up. You can feature additional videos. You can feature playlists. You can feature your website. So if you have a blog, you can actually link your blog post straight from your video. And if you have your merchandise store, so if you're selling your products, if you're, you have your own t-shirts or your own line of products, you can sell it from there, so you can link to a merch store. And we keep developing more and more cards and more features that you can use in there, including fundraising, which is going to launch in the UK very soon, meaning that will allow content creators on YouTube to link to their own fundraising website, so like Indiegogo or any other, and they can basically collect funds from their subscribers and viewers. And the really cool thing about this is that it's really, so cards are really, really easy to set up from a creator perspective, and they work across device, so they also work on mobile, while annotation don't. So here you can see that by clicking on info cards, you're going to see that these guys are selling their own t-shirt, and they are suggesting another video that's related to that video and another playlist. Another promotional feature is called feature content. So you can have this little kind of pop-up that appears across all of your videos, promoting one of your videos or one of your playlists. So you can basically leverage the leverage the most successful videos, for example, to feature your newest content, the content that got less views, and you can just do it with one click from the feature content function there in the Creator Studio. And another, again, related to branding, another way to drive viewers to your channel is to add them subscribe, and that's the most important part. So again, when you add a watermark, it's basically your logo, your channel logo. It works exactly like on TV, where you see, BBC on the corner. And basically, when people move their mouse on top of your branding, there's a little pop-up subscribe button that appears. So it takes literally 1 second to set this up. Many channels don't know about it. And this is really important to drive subscriptions, especially for people watching you outside of YouTube. So let's say you're sharing your videos on Facebook or on Twitter or on your blog. So your video is embedded somewhere else. So it's not on your YouTube channel. You get a lot of views, but people, in order to subscribe to your channel, they need to leave that platform, click on the YouTube, little kind of link that's at the bottom of the player, go to your channel and click on subscribe. With this, if you enable this branding, so the watermark, people can just, everywhere they are, they can just click on the watermark and subscribe directly there. So from your blog, from Facebook, from any other platform. So I really, really recommend this. And so this is seems quite simple, but one of the best ways to get people to come back is consistency. So uploading consistently. So just be just be honest with yourself. How much can you commit to YouTube? I mean, can you do it monthly? It's totally fine. Just stick to that date. Can you do it weekly? Even better. Try to upload like they do every Tuesday, for example. If you think about, if you actually type makeup or beauty or parents or pregnancy on YouTube, you're gonna get like millions of different search results, and you get a lot of videos. And the number one factor when people actually decide to click on one specific video is the image, it's not even the title. Because people process visual information a lot faster and a lot, it's kind of more eye-catching than an actual title. So people will click on the most visually interesting image. So this is really important. A lot of people actually forget how important this is. And here again we have an example, very eye-catching and cool and interesting thumbnails. Then we move into SEO. So this is the core of metadata. So titles are really, really important to be found. And so if we look at the first example, we really want the title to be descriptive and comprehensive. So in this case, it's very searchable because it's a music parody. We start with the name of the artist and then the title of the song. Then we specify that it's an actual parody, and then it belongs to a series that's called Key of Awesome, and this is episode number 92. So basically, if people searching for parody, will probably find this video. If people searching for all about that bass, they might actually find this video as well. So it should be really searchable, including all the relevant information in your video. In this case, it's more like an intriguing kind of title, so to kind of catch, again, the viewer attention. And in both cases, they should be descriptive. And in terms of descriptions, actually, many people forget to actually write them, or they're sometimes lazy, or they don't know that it's really, really important to complement your video, not just with a cool title and a nice image, but also with a nice description. So the first 2 to 3 lines are the most important ones because they actually are surfaced by the search engine. So when you actually, so these are search results for a video, and these are the first few lines that you're gonna see there. And it's also what the search engine kind of optimizes the most. So if you can see it from the watch page, so we're actually watching a video, and the only visible part of the description will be the first 3 lines. So it's really up to you what kind of content you want to put there. In this case, they decide to use that space to drive subscriptions and suggest a playlist. So they use that space to kind of give extra links. but they're really, really popular. So this video got 12 million views. So for them, it's mainly around like growing. It's not about being found. In your case, I really recommend using these first 3 lines to really give a nice context, like a synopsis around what content you're featuring in there. And then when you click on show more, you're going to see the extra, so the long description, where again, they put a lot of kind of information about who's starring in the video. But again, in your case, you kind of want to give a nice long descriptions about what's happening in there, in the video, if you're reviewing any products, if you're in a specific place, you want to use all those keywords in the description itself. If you're featuring certain people, you want to put it there. Like really kind of like be a little bit descriptive, like you even almost like you're writing a summary of a blog post in there. So that's your blog post, and that's really important for YouTube to kind of index your content and then help you be found. Add tags, don't spam. So this is actually copy pasting a bunch of random words into a Google or into a YouTube description is actually against our policy. So this might get your video flagged. So use all these keywords in the actual tag section. Even though we allow up to 30 tags, the first ones are always the most important ones. But personally, the most important part is title and description. So that's really the best. Then the next step is to keep them watching. So now, hopefully, your content is optimized for search. People will start typing keywords and finding your content, or they're finding your content because you're sharing it on social media or on your blog. And now you want to keep people come back and consume more of your content and get more kind of loyal. So this brings me to the very important concept of watch time. A lot of people on YouTube are focused on views and subscribers, but really what really drives the algorithm of YouTube and Google is how much of your content is actually consumed by viewers. So if your video got like 10 million views, but it was watched on average for 3 seconds, that's actually really bad for our algorithm, because we measure quality not based on number of views or number of subscribers. We measure quality based on how long your videos are actually watched for, because so basically it's the level of engagement that the audience has with your content, and not just for one specific video, but for across the session. So a session is basically I go to youtube.com and I start watching one video, and then I watch another one, maybe from your channel, maybe from another channel, but I keep watching, and basically YouTube keeps in mind what's my watching path, and that's the session watch time. So the more content you can drive people to, like, of your own, you can convince people to watch, the better your content is gonna come up in search results as well. So here we have another example. Sorry, there's not a lot of I don't know how to control the volume here, but how to hook the viewers very quickly.